What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the second day of August today, and here we are. Here we are, my friends, down at about $2.97. We did hit a low yesterday, I believe. Yes, yesterday we hit a low of $2.90. Not quite as low as I was anticipating us to go, but I did say I think we get below $3 again. I think I was thinking, what, 280? If I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure, but probably something a little bit lower than that. Whatever. What's 10 cents amongst friends? 297, 298 right now. 21 hours, 50 minutes left in this day. I'm very confident that you found your low, and I'll start by saying the same thing that I've said in probably every video that I've made today. If you're not at your low, you're very near your low. Okay, maybe you go a little bit lower, but I'm pretty confident that you're at your low. We're going to look at some other things to help validate that. If we look at this relative low to relative high here, it is possible you could go to 285, right? The 382, I think I remember that's exactly what we were calling for. So 5 cents. I was 5 cents off. Maybe I'll be validated at one point. And if XRP does move lower, that could imply that Bitcoin moves lower, but not necessarily. XRP can move lower, and Bitcoin doesn't have to find a lower low, or vice versa. If we're looking at this on the overall low here, I just wonder, does that change things? Not really. I mean, you don't have to go to the 382, but I would generally expect that. Let's see. What about this fib? Do you have a reason? Right there at the 786, you really could be at your low. You really could be. But RSI on the daily time frame going to the 40. Price on this relative fib from a low to a high here going to your 382. A little bit lower. It wouldn't freak me out. It shouldn't freak you out, you know. But again, XRP is a blessing below $3, right? So much so I had to make that the title of my last XRP video. And here we are. Here this is blessing us again. $2.97 right now. Certainly on the 1 hour, it's looking like you've got a low. You've got this nice W shape. I drew that horribly, but let's just see. Let's try this again. Yeah, this nice W shape forming. All you got to do is get above that. You get above this here, you absolutely validate that this is your low and that you are moving higher. So once we get above, let's see, what's that price there? That price at about, that was my cat. That was Mufasa. You know who it is, you guys. It's Mufasa. Shout out to Mufasa. I would pick him up. He hates being picked up, though. Unless you're a girl. He likes it. I shouldn't say likes it. He's okay with girls picking him up. He is not okay as long as they're not little like kids. He doesn't like kids picking him up. But as long as he's just not okay with guys picking him up. I don't know why. I have my theories, but I don't know why. $2.97 here. Oh, he's a good boy. And I think that once we get above $3.06, that will validate that this is the low and that you are, in fact, moving up. Whenever you get above $3.06, you should see a rapid increase in a very short amount of time, actually. Looking at this on the 1 hour, let's pull up the RSM, the rhythm of indicators here. Looking at the MACD. MACD's building bullish momentum. Hey, man, that's nice. That's nice at this area, right? Looking like you want to come up and break through that zero line. That could be good, you guys. That could be very productive for the 1 hour MACD. Stochastics bouncing right off the oversold zone. Very bullish. Getting back above the 50. Come on, man. Get to the overbought zone. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. RSI, overall it's bearish. Overall the RSI is bearish. Just the one thing that I'm not too excited about, right? You've got the lower lows and the lower highs. But could this be the time that you break out? It could be. It really could be. I mean, looking at this here, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm optimistic. You're in an area at the very least that you like to find support. Maybe you come up higher before you go lower. But at this point in time, I'm pretty convinced that's your low. I don't think that you go lower. But it wouldn't be crazy if you went to 285. It wouldn't be crazy if you went to 280. Okay, if it happens, it happens. Whatever, who cares? 4 hour time frame here. Looking at this. The RSI bouncing off the oversold zone. We like to see that. Lower lows, lower highs in the RSI, and you do have a little blemish down here, but overall it's basically like a trend, right? You have a little blemish right there to the downside, but overall it is a downward trend. You know, this does make me think you go a little bit lower. If XRP goes lower, you guys, I'm worried if that Bitcoin would go lower. I made such a bullish video a second ago. I'd have egg on my face if that was the case, but that's okay. Sometimes the XRP chart it is more reliable, I feel like, than the Bitcoin chart. Like, I'll be bullish on Bitcoin, but if XRP is bearish, it'll make me bearish on Bitcoin. I know that doesn't make sense. I don't think XRP leads Bitcoin, but I just think the chart is easier to read. And right here, certainly looks like you would want to go lower, but you bounced off the oversold zone. Oh, you got good things going for you, man. The last time you bounced off the oversold zone, right, you went all the way up here. I would think with this, you'd break out of your trend. Stochastics look good. The MACD has bullish divergence. I don't know, man. And maybe not bullish divergence, but bullish convergence. You look like you want to break above that 0. Like, that's not really that big of a rejection. You do have bullish divergence on the oscillators. I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's take this low to high. See, just the fibs make me think you could go a little bit lower. 285 comes up again, 275 at the lowest. Don't be disappointed if that happens, okay? Take it for what it is. It's a blessing. It's not a curse. It's a moment to buy. I wonder. Let's look at these liquidations here for XRP. Let's pull them up. Bring them out. Bring them out. A lot of shorts. A lot of longs. What, down at, look at that, 280, 275, man. You would clear out a lot. You'd clear out like $500 million worth of longs if you went down to that area. What about in the last day? Shorts and longs are piled up together. I don't know, man. That doesn't help. That doesn't help the cause of finding support here, to be completely fair. I just like the shape of it on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. I like the shape of it and the price. I like where you are. You're finding support at prior resistance here, prior support here, prior resistance there. I like where you are, but you could go lower. And then again, the idea here of a 1, 2, 3 correction, you know, right here. Oh, I wish there was a way. I wish I could have 2 trend lines. You know, maybe I should just use the info line for moments like this, and then keep this line extended always. But this line here, 1, 2, 3, you would expect it to go right down there, and that's at about $2.70. Everything would suggest that we go lower, honestly, other than these indicators, right? And even the indicators, even that RSI, actually. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If it's confusing, don't worry, I'm confused too. All in all, let's just button this up the right way, okay? We're at 297 now. If we go down to 275, $2.85, something in between there, not a big deal. Who cares? You're almost there. You might be there now. We'll validate that you are at your low if you get above this price of about $3.06. Okay, get above there. Don't just get above there, but close a 1-hour time frame. Let's say 2 1-hour time frames in a row, or a 4-hour time frame or a higher time frame to close above $3.06. That would validate to me that the low is in. To invalidate the low, all you got to do is take the low out. You know, that's all you got to do. And if you do take the low out, again, 285, 275, that's where you'll go. So if then statements, right? Daily time frame here, inevitably, regardless of what the short-term stuff says, the daily is very bullish. Stochastics are in the oversold zone. That's kind of bearish in all honesty, but the MACD is bullish. Stochastics are bullish overall, absolutely. The weekly time frame is absurdly bullish on all fronts. You've got a lot of growth to go. And again, just rationalizing XRP here, looking at this chart, you didn't spend multiple cycles consolidating in this range for as soon as you get to new all-time highs, for as soon as that happens, for you to just stop, right? You didn't spend multiple cycles, years and years, almost a decade of consolidating just to waste it on a wimpy move like this. You didn't get into the United States Crypto Reserve status just to waste it on a wimpy move like this. This is just the beginning. You've got a lot more growth to go, and inevitably we're going to see prices that are not just above $5, $7, but above $13, even $16 potentially by the end of August, if not sometime in September. I'm starting to think that it'll be in September, but time will tell. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Buy the dip. Bye-bye.